I thrifted a $22,000 retail value living room for just $2,000 by buying things secondhand. I'm going to do a series where I shop your cities virtually on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. Here are the items we'll be looking for on my list. We're going to see what we could find in just one sitting. I'll share my favorite picks for this week. I think it's fun to see what's out there. I enjoy the hunt, and I know you all are located across different places. And let's thrift Chicago and see what we can find. I'm going to start my search by looking for furniture brands that I know I like. This couch is an example. I got this couch for free on Nextdoor, and I think it's about 10 years old. It's held up great. On Craigslist, I'm searching for all of Chicago. Here I have a broad search. So far, a lot of these things seem really expensive. Here, this bar cart looks pretty good at $20. This is great. I'm gonna bookmark that for later for us to come back to. When I'm just getting started, I just open up everything that is of interest. I'm not really thinking about what goes well together yet at this point. I'm just gonna open a tab for everything that I like, and then at the end, I'm gonna see what might go together, what I would choose. This West Elm sectional looks pretty good, but the pictures aren't very clear from from the very small picture that I can see. It looks pretty good, but again, I would ask for pictures. I'll bookmark that. I'm going to bookmark this 3-seater. They don't show photos of the entire couch, so that to me is a little red flag. So these Felix bar stool chairs, I know they're not on the list, but I have these same chairs. I got them on Craigslist. I have them in the black color, and they're great, so I do recommend those chairs if you ever run across them or if you're looking into bar stools. I typically ignore posts where I see a lot of things that look like they're just from the manufacturer website. People who are reselling things at a high price point. Now I'm going to move on to Blue Dot. Blue Dot is another brand that I really like. My couch that I got on Craigslist is from Blue Dot, and I have some other chairs from Blue Dot as well on Craigslist, and those have been some of the best quality furniture pieces that I have. I see these 2 bar stools. Again, these aren't on my list, but for $20, I have to call these out. You can see that these do show some wear, but with some oil on the legs and using Abyssal spot cleaner or any extractor, I think you could clean up the fabric, then use the pill remover. If you haven't seen my couch video, I talk about my upholstery cleaning process in a past video, so check that out. These bar stools would clean up really well for $20. That's something I would definitely consider if I needed them. Ooh, okay, so this 8x10 Pottery Barn rug, I think, is a pretty good one to consider. It's in a neutral color, and it's a really big rug. The thing that I don't like about it is that it's polyester. So far, I have managed to source all of my rugs that are in primarily natural materials. So wool, silk, wool blends, and cotton. Those I know I have personally experienced. I've had one rug that was polypropylene, and I think that those are also very hard wearing. I haven't had a polyester rug, so I can't speak to how it will hold up over time. So this one is one that I'll open up in a different tab, see if we are into it later if I don't find anything else. Here we have 2 upholstered chairs. I don't love them, but at $50 to have 2 armchairs, I think that that's a great deal, so we'll just set those aside for later. There are some cute things, but a lot of these things, I'm kind of just skipping over things that are over $100 unless it's a couch. Again, when I'm getting started, I'm just kind of quickly browsing to see what's out there, what seems like a really, really, really good deal, and start that way. So this rug, a 9x12 jute rug for free. It looks like it's in great condition, and it includes the pad as well. That is something I would jump on right away. What restoration hardware items does Chicago have? A tip is to look for restoration hardware and also do a search for RH. In Chicago, I did the search for RH, and it's apparently a golf related word also, so I'm gonna have better luck, I think, with restoration hardware. So far a lot of these things look pretty staged, look like they're from resellers and kind of expensive, but here is this $20 wall sconce. So this wall sconce looks great. I would jump on this right away. It's a very neutral sconce that looks like you could work with a lot of different things. I'm going to look for a coffee table now. A lot of these I'm not loving. For $300 and $400, not sure that I would choose any of those. It's pretty expensive and not my preferred aesthetic. This CB2 coffee table looks really promising. At $100, it retails for $800. Table does show a lot of wear. That's something that if I really liked this, I would ask if they have tried to clean it out, or I would negotiate the price. I have this end table where it looks kind of like a similar material. They spilled some candle wax. They weren't able to get it out. I knew I probably also wasn't going to get it out, but I was okay with that. I knew I was going to use it in a corner and it didn't bother me. So something like this, at the right price, I would consider something like this. I think that's a cute table for the right spot and in the right space. So not a lot of great options for coffee tables. These are all really expensive. This chrome one looks pretty nice, $45, not a bad price. I think it can work in a lot of different types of spaces. Okay, so now for lamps. Let's see what we can find. If you've watched my past videos, you know that I'm really picky about buying lamps secondhand. You could get a brand new affordable lamp at Target. So I like to make sure that if I'm buying something secondhand, I have a sense for what the retail price would be. Here, this one, it doesn't say what the brand is. So that's something that I would ask. They mentioned that this lamp has a 3-way switch. You're able to change the brightness levels. This one at $35, it looks like a substantial lamp. It's 27 inches. It's in a white color. I would follow up with the seller and ask them who the manufacturer is, try to get a sense for what the retail price is so that you can have a better sense of what the value would be. I have had so many lamps that I've bought secondhand, and my absolute favorite lamp is this Serena and Lily lamp. It's the Hattie table lamp. It was one of my more expensive secondhand purchases. This was one of the bigger splurges, but I felt confident at that point when I got it. It has a dimmer on it. It's a beautiful ceramic table lamp. The scale and proportion, I think, is very substantial. It retails for $638, and I got it for a fraction of that, at $150. That took some negotiating. I went back and forth with the seller on that one, and I ultimately decided I was willing to pay more and meet them closer to where they wanted, and it was an opportunity to get something that was higher quality at a big discount from what it would cost retail. This lamp is one that I would definitely set aside to come back to later. Let's look for some end tables. Not a lot that I'm liking. Looking just at Craigslist. We'll look at Facebook Marketplace after, where I'm sure we'll see some more current pieces. Ooh, okay, so I would really be interested in seeing this coffee table if I was in the area right now. It looks beautiful, and they don't have any other pictures, so I would definitely ask to see more pictures. But it does look like they are a reseller of furniture. This could be their own staged photo. At $60, getting a table that is iron and welded is a really great find. Assuming there are no chips or scratches on the glass, this is something I would really consider. I'm looking at the seller's Instagram where they have more pieces. Pretty cool reseller and some really cool finds. Now let's look for a console. Okay, not a lot of great options from what I see. Now let's look at Facebook Marketplace. I think we'll have better luck there, filling in the gaps with some more current pieces. Okay, so coffee table options are so much better in Chicago on Facebook Marketplace. This free coffee table, while not great, it's black, it's simple, clean lines. I'm gonna open up some tabs for the coffee tables. I also found some couches. Let me show you some of the pieces that stood out to me on Facebook Marketplace. If I wasn't able to find anything better, I would probably jump on something like this just to hold me over and to learn about my space. So I would definitely take something like this if I didn't see anything better and see how it feels in the space. Does a rectangle table feel good, or do I want something more organic? Before I spend money on something, on a different coffee table, I think trying something free is a great way to really learn and to just really dissect what works about it in your space and what doesn't. I would consider this $50 one. This looks like it's solid wood at $50. This IKEA table of $50. That's something I would consider negotiating. You see some scratches on it. Some of these things are so personal too, based off of your own personal style, your preferences, based off of what's important to you. So I always offer what I'm comfortable with and the value I think it would bring to me. This glass coffee table at $30 I think is decent. It's a decent option. I think that this glass coffee table at $100, I would ask what brand it is to have an understanding of what the retail value is so that you know what percentage off of a retail price you're getting, so that if you were to resell it, that's something that you could note in the listing as well. That's something that I always keep in mind as well, is the ability to resell something so that if it doesn't work out, that I could get my money back or close to my money back. This Crate and Barrel couch looks like a great option. It's $150. It looks like in pretty good shape. If you missed my couch video, I would check out that video to see all the things that I consider when buying a secondhand couch. This one might be my favorite. This Crate and Barrel cement lounge sofa. They say that it's in fair condition, but to me it looks in pretty good condition. So they say the retail price is $2,100. They are asking $400 or best offer. I would even offer less. They said that it needs to be picked up on a specific date. So that to me indicates they really want this gone. So I would be really thinking about how to make this as easy as possible for the seller. I would offer whatever you're comfortable with. This is my pick for a couch. So now let's look at what I saved from earlier on Craigslist. I would definitely consider picking up this bar cart. You could use it as an end table or for so many different purposes. At $20, I think it's a great value. It can fit in with different styles. I didn't find a side table today that I was really happy with. I would just go with that bar cart. The blue dot bar stools, I know that's not on the list, but I would, if I needed them, definitely pick those up. For a console, I would consider this one at $85. It looks to be like wood and not particle board. Offer less and see if they accept it. And then if they didn't, I would still consider it at $85. Here are my picks. I would definitely jump on that $20 restoration hardware wall sconce, that coffee table at $60, that Crate and Barrel couch at $400. Let me know which couch you would go with. That 9x12 free jute rug is definitely one I would pick up. I would consider that $35 table lamp. I would take the bar cart at $20 as well. What do you think of my picks? What would you have grabbed that is differently? What would you leave? What would you take? Let me know what you think of this series. I know a lot of you have mentioned that you would like some help putting together a space from scratch. So that's the lens that I'm approaching this from primarily. I hope that you thought that this was fun and that you enjoyed seeing what we could find today.